What's good, y'all? It's your boy Tony, the Savant, back with another one. Hope everybody's having a good to great day out there, man. Excuse me, let me do my intro. Shout out to my cousin Hawk, that's the ambassador. Shout out to my boy Jeezy, that's the manager. Shout out to my boy Sauce, that's the vice president. Shout out to the Consigliere, my right hand man, Paulie Corleone. We Uncle Paulie's Entertainment over here. Shout out to the extended family at IOW Sports Network, as well as Run It Up Sports Network. My brother Darian Hopkins, the D Hopkins Show. Shout out to him. And last but not least, always saving the best for last. Shout out to y'all, man, the bosses, the people I work for. I always hope that the work is excellent and approved. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to y'all, depending on when you're pulling up to the video. All right, let's get right into it. Cause I just seen my boys take it video on this, so a lot of times uh, Tiki kind of motivate me to give some commentary on particular subjects. I don't try to rip everybody, be ripping people's content or nothing, but the subject matter is always interesting. Tiki keeps some good hot topics over there. But I'm in full disagreement with him because he made a video talking about how the people, I believe the Lakers fan base, are upset with Darvin Ham, the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers right now, because of some recent comments he made talking about um, uh, Anthony Davis shooting more three-pointers this upcoming NBA season, 2023-2024. We also all heard LeBron discuss uh, giving the reins and the responsibilities of being the number one option over the Anthony Davis this season. And then, all of that sounds good. All of that, looks good on paper if you're reading the article. But we got to remember history. We got to recall that Anthony Davis is a NBA player with now 10 years of of um, of a career to dissect, to analyze. Um, in New Orleans, Anthony Davis was a number one option. You gotta remember, man, it's not a situation of like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen between Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And what I mean by that is we haven't, we didn't really ever get to see Scottie Pippen as a number one option. But when we did see him as a number one option, he performed pretty decently. He just wasn't Michael Jordan, So, but Anthony Davis, we've seen him perform as a number one option, and not just for a season, not just for 2 seasons, not for multiple seasons. He's already had the reins as the number one option and the responsibilities as the number one option for the Los Angeles Lakers before. And for whatever reason, in 2020, the bubble ring, we can debate and have some dialogue there. But for whatever reason, Anthony Davis led in most statistical categories. The thing that the LeBron apologists always run to justify his winning something. You know what I mean? If he wins anything. But nonetheless, Anthony Davis led in most statistical categories in 2020 and did not get the Finals MVP. But that was a small sample size of Anthony Davis as the number one option. If y'all recall, LeBron James was on his I'm getting 10 assists a game mission that year. So Anthony Davis was the primary scorer. The Los Angeles Lakers had probably their best season with LeBron James on the roster at that time. And I do recall before the COVID stoppage, what a time to be a Lakers fan because they was balling. They was really balling. With the exception of losing the first game to like Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, that newly minted team. I was very impressed with what the Los Angeles Lakers was doing before COVID, the COVID stoppage. But yeah, man, I'm just saying that to say that we already seen Anthony Davis as the top option, and the Lakers had some success in it. I still firmly believe that 3.5, 4 months off is an advantage to a athlete. You know what I mean? If you're talking about the tax on the body, the time and all that stuff, the COVID stoppage certainly helped Well, I think LeBron was like 35, 36 at that time. Definitely helped him. And it definitely helped the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, it should have helped everybody else, but like I said, we got to get into that bubble ring. It's a lot to get into when we're talking about 2020. Just period. That whole year was crazy. But anyway, Darvin Ham was getting a lot of pushback in the media or in the basketball communities, mainly in the Laker land, because it just doesn't add up to have Anthony Davis shooting more threes. Now, him being the number one option, okay, all right, you know what I'm saying? We see some success with that formula. Let's see what a full season of this formula looks like. All right, I'm right there with y'all on that game plan. But Anthony Davis shooting more threes, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Davis is a 30% 3-point shooter, 30% 3-point shooter in the NBA. That's not good. to let you know, like 40 is probably good, 35 is average. So for Anthony Davis to be a career 30% 3-point shooter is it just means he's not a good shooter from distance. Let's just accept that. I didn't check his numbers on the mid range, but I can assure you, Anthony Davis is much more efficient from the mid range. I can assure you that Anthony Davis is much more efficient under the rim. Why not draw more game plan towards that? I don't know what these guys got against the mid range shot. They just act like it has to be a three or a layup, and it just always confused me about the current module of the NBA. But anyway, yeah, man. I think he said he wants to shoot. He wants Anthony Davis shooting upwards of 6 threes a game. And ladies and gentlemen, if we do the numbers, 30% of 6 is 1.8. That's not even. I want to give Anthony Davis some bail and say 2, but that's not even 2 threes. He'll be shooting 6 and hitting 1 most nights. That's what I've seen. He'll be hitting 2 to keep his averages from time to time. But if he's shooting 6 threes a night, on average, he'll be making 1. So on his career averages, what we've already seen from him, and unless he becomes Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, or Ray Allen overnight, and about this next upcoming season, I just don't see it. But this is why Darvin Ham is getting so much pushback in the media. Shout out to my big bro Ticket. I don't think he really understood why people were coming at him. Yes, it's okay to have his game plan, but by the numbers, Anthony Davis should not be shooting more threes. That we just going by the numbers. Anthony Davis already gets criticized for trying to play like a shooting guard when he's usually the biggest or second to biggest dude on the court. It's like, get down there, put Grayson Allen in the post, and get a bucket. Stop trying to shoot threes over Grayson Allen. You're Anthony Davis. And if you think Giannis gonna sit there and let him just shoot threes all night, you got another thing coming. You think Mason Plumlee, you think DeAndre Ayton, Joel Embiid. Now those guys ain't elite defenders, but those guys are gonna just let Anthony Davis sit there and shoot 6 threes on them. Just because you shooting 6 threes, don't mean you finna make 6 threes. But Darvin Ham, man, and like I say, shout out to Ticket. I did not know. I totally forgot that Darvin Ham won a championship with the 2004 Detroit Pistons as a player. He won a championship as an assistant coach. I don't know exactly where. But now he's on his quest to win a championship as a head coach, respectfully. But you got to understand, man, that, he's getting criticized because he's not making good coaching decisions. We've already seen the whole stick with D'Angelo Russell while Jamal Murray was hitting him for 30, 35 a night. He kept D'Angelo Russell in the game as Jamal Murray was eating. You know what I mean? Now, to his credit, he didn't have many other options, but please, I'm sorry, man. If I see my boy getting 35, Lonnie Walker getting the next start. just to get a try. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. If somebody we got to switch it up. But nonetheless, y'all tell me what y'all think about it, man. That's what I got for you on that particular subject. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on the channel. Y'all know I love y'all, man. You know I love y'all. Definitely, man. I appreciate the love and support that y'all give me. Humbles me, motivates me, keeps me in the lab, keeps me in the gym. Got to stay working so I can make sure my content is up to par for my bosses, y'all. But you know the slogan, y'all, the bosses. I'm the dude that loves to work, literally. So let me get back to work. Peace.